really like to see this movie. Yeah. And, and then it got the Oscar considerations and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, okay, wow. But after watching it as a non-race fan, I thought it told a very compelling story that grips you from beginning to end. And it does a good enough job of filling you in. Like, one of my complaints about biographies is always kind of like, or biopics, is that they kind of assume you know what you're seeing.
Yeah.
Like, the subject matter, and they kind of throw you into it sometimes. This doesn't. It does a good job of explaining what's going on. It starts from the beginning. It explains who these people are. Yeah. And I like that a lot. I think that's part of what I liked about the movie was it treated me as if I didn't know the subject matter.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So I watched that, and I watched today Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn.
Okay.
That was an enjoyable film.
That was the first time you saw it?
Yeah.
Okay. You liked it?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't a great movie. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think Margot Robbie. I mean, I have my problems with clearly Harley Quinn's the main character.
Yeah.
So the major focus is on her, but I do wish they had done a better job with the birds of prey.
Yeah.
Giving them more of a spotlight.
Yeah, they didn't get anything. Really.
Very well. I thought
very little.
The thing that I thought they did well was I thought they did a very good job of establishing like Renee Montoya and the Black Canary character.
Yeah.
The character that I like out of that group that I really, really love is Huntress. And she's the one who I thought got the short shrift.
Okay.
Yeah, and I like that character in the comic books. She's one of my favorites from like the quote unquote Bat family, so to speak. And I really like the actress Mary Elizabeth Winstead that was playing Huntress. So I thought, wow, this is a perfect combination. And they didn't give they just didn't give her enough to do. That kind of bummed me out.
Yeah.
But overall, and I get it was produced by Margot Robbie. This is her project. Harley Quinn's the big character. So I understood that why the story was the way that it was, and it didn't bother me. But I do wish those characters had gotten more to do, and more importantly, hopefully they're set up to do their own movie now.
Yeah.
Because I like those characters a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Birds of Prey is one of those books that I'm not going to profess to be an expert, but I always try to keeping track of. You know what I mean? Because it was those are just interesting characters, and the whole team dynamic, and they were always kind of on the edge. You know what I mean? It wasn't it was almost like a wetsuit type of situation. Shit's gonna get sticky, and we'll let the Birds of Prey handle it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I also liked, and I think it goes without saying, Ewan McGregor just chewing scenery, having fun.
I know. He was good.
He was. I expect nothing less from the great Ewan McGregor. But
right.
I was, spoiler alert, I was kind of bummed out that he met his demise.
Right.
Because you always want to see. I thought his portrayal of Black Mask was great, and it was fun, and I enjoyed the character, and I wanted to see more of him as a villain, and we're not going to get that.
Right.
But at the same time, I got why they had to do what they had to do, but still, man, Ewan McGregor's good.
He was. Yeah, I liked the film. I felt that the sub-characters were underutilized. I kind of wanted to see more of them because I already know her.
Yeah.
So So I was kind of disappointed in that fact. I mean, I know her character. Everything
Yeah.
that came out of her character, I expected or I have seen.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? But I haven't seen the others. I don't know what they're about
Right.
because I never read anything on them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, so I'm bummed that they didn't have bigger roles to play. But I mean, that's just the way it is. I
Yeah.
thought wasn't Batgirl part of the original Birds of Prey?
Yes.
Okay.
And I mean, in two different forms. Like the Barbara Gordon was a part of the Birds of Prey as Batgirl, but she was also a part of Birds of Prey, post paralyzation as the Oracle.
Okay.
It's like she would send the birds out into the field, and she would be the one, at the computer giving them directions.
I see.
Which is always interesting, but at the same time, I don't think, like, I'm sure at some point in this whole thing they tried to get Barbara Gordon for this, and I'm sure DC and Warner Bros. Are like, I don't think so. We've got other plans. Well, I think at the time, don't forget, like at the time, when this was first announced, this project, this is when the point where Warner Bros. Was just throwing shit at the wall to seeing what'll stick. And they had announced that they were going to do that Batgirl movie with Joss Whedon.
Okay.
And that got shit canned.
Yeah.
So I'm sure at the time when this got announced and, they were talking about doing the Batgirl movie with Joss Whedon, it was like, no, we can't have Barbara Gordon in both movies. So, whereas, if they had known they weren't going to do the Joss Whedon movie, they might have given them Barbara Gordon.
Mm.
So,
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So what's on the docket?
Let's see here. What do we got going on today? Well, why did I do that? I'm a dumbass. Let's start with the upsetting news first, and then we'll get to the fun news. So, Christopher Nolan's Tenet was scheduled for a mid-July release. That got pushed back to end of July, and Warner Bros. Has pushed it back again another 2 weeks to August the 12th. This on the heels of also Marvel had their Mulan movie, which was scheduled for a mid-July release, pushed back to mid-August as well.
Yeah.
This in the face of many states seeing spikes in COVID-19 cases.
Right.
What I've read is Warner Brothers is begging Nolan to postpone this till next year.
Oh, really?
And Nolan is saying no because he wants to be the guy that saves the cinema.
Jesus.
Yeah. And he has a point because, like, this is the movie that, like, in all honesty, like, I'm willing to wear a mask in the theater to watch.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like this movie looks so good to me. Like, I get Nolan's point of, like, it's going to draw because it looks interesting and there are people who will come and see it.
Right.
And we can save the cinema because of my movie. Because Nolan firmly believes in the cinematic experience.
Yeah.
He's not a guy who's like, yeah, maybe we should release it just digitally and put it out there and and let people watch it on their TVs at home. No, he's like, no, this has to be seen on a big screen. My movies are meant for the big screen, not for your fucking TV, no matter how fucking big it is.
Right.
And I could appreciate that. but it's like one of those weird things of like, Nolan has a desire to be the first one out, to be the one that's the reason you go back to the movies. And Warner Brothers is kind of in a position of like, fuck, what do we do?
Right.
If we release this at the end of July with the way things are going, nobody's coming to see it anyway.
Yeah. And you have to know Nolan knows that.
I'm sure he does, but he's still fighting to like, because like everybody, like anything else like this would be pushed back months. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't, like they stood firm on their July 17th date,
right,
for a very long time. Like when other movies were like evacuating and like we're gonna push our movie like they're like movies for June and July back in March and April, like the studios were like saying, fuck it, we're just going to push this back to like December or March of 2021. Like we're pushing shit way back. And
right.
And this movie was the one that, this and Mulan were the two movies that was like, we're going to hold fast on these release dates in mid-July because we think you're going to be able to come back to the theaters at that point.
Right.
And these are the two movies that could be your biggest draws.
Yeah.
And they've held fast on this. In Warner Bros. Case, much to their chagrin.
Right.
Because I'm sure this is a movie that they see as a major blockbuster. It's going to make millions of dollars for them, but yet Nolan's like, no, we have to be there when movie theaters open.
Yeah.
And I get Nolan's point, but I also I get Warner Brothers' point of like they're just trying to maximize their profits.
Yeah.
And putting this movie off till March would make the most sense for them.
Right. I know.
Yeah.
But who's to say movie theaters are even going to be open?
Well, that's the thing. Like that's what they've been saying is it has to be, in order for this to make money, it would have to be 80% of movie theaters worldwide would have to be open.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, you've got
ain't gonna happen.
Florida, Texas, and Arizona. I don't think are gonna have their movie theaters open anytime soon.
No, and well,
and New York as well is still like they're not great. They're not. They're getting New York. New York's been getting better because it's
I think what nobody really realizes, and we won't go on and on about it, but we've never really flattened the curve.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like we've never flattened it. It's come down.
Right.
And it stopped right in the middle. It's never come down to low levels.
Right.
And a consistent low level line.
Right.
We've just kind of hit the middle and stayed there for a while, and now everyone's going back up again.
Right.
So I just don't see theaters opening up for a while.
Right.
I don't see it. I might be wrong, but
well, I mean, right now that I know what Cinemark and I think AMC, like the Cinemark in Monroeville and the AMC down at the waterfront.
Yeah.
They're both aiming for July 10th openings.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's like this weird situation where
we're 2 weeks away from that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, or 2 weeks.
But I mean, and like the funny thing is like, so in the movie they're opening up with, they're like, hey, come see Raiders of the Lost Ark again. That's like the shit they're showing.
Yeah.
Like, come see your classics on the big screen again because we've got nothing.
Right. Are they charging full price for that?
No. I think it's like $5 for an adult. I think kids are